So it is September the 6th, a lovely Friday afternoon, 2024, just around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and a bit of sun in the air. So let's get started. In my last video, that video featuring the Guyanese Critic, and the title for that video was Guyanese Critic in Hot Water. The prediction that I'd made that the critic may be in problems with the court, little did I know that it would have gone to that level where after doing his live, where he was playing the Zoom in court proceedings live, and he was asked to report in front of a judge. Little did I emphasize that he would have had to appear in front of a judge, gotten a dressing down from the judge. The judge even gave him documents about etiquette and in terms of having permission to do live court streaming and that kind of stuff. Little did I know that it would have gone so far with him having to pay a fine or be jailed, that kind of stuff. It was quite surprising. I just made a casual reference that he may be in hot water and he may have to make an apology, but little did I know that it would have gone so far. So I'm going to be playing the critic's apology. I said to myself, you know what? Seeing that on my page, I was one of the person that played the critic going on Zoom in front of the court. It is only proper for me to post his apology to the court on my page. I think it's a fitting thing for me to do, and you will hear the critic's apology in a short while. The next topic, the West Indian Labor Day Parade last Monday. I could remember around 3:15, 3:20, around that time I was with a group of friends and I was saying, we were just relaxing. I was saying, at least from all the live streams you are seeing on YouTube, no shooting so far, no gun shooting, things seem to be going so well. Until we were alerted by a passerby that there was a shooting, Eastern Parkway, where according to the NYPD, the shooter deliberately shot into a group of people, shooting. Initially, 5 people were injured, 2 of them critically injured, and out of those 2 critically injured, 1 died. And you know, the night before, my daughter was thinking of going to Brooklyn, and my wife told her, no, you're not going. Every single year there's a shooting. And I was praying and hoping that there would have been no shooting, but lo and behold, and the thing about it is that the police, they're still looking for the shooter. They're asking for people who were making video. There were a lot of people making videos of that parade and that kind of stuff, and they're asking for people who made videos to help them in terms of identifying the person. So up to now, that person is still on the run. But if I know the NYPD, they're going to eventually arrest that person. So the next day, I saw a social media video of Mr. Rickford Burke in Brooklyn saying that the PPP had sent someone to assassinate him. The shooting was meant for his assassination. I don't want to believe that nonsense. I want to believe that was simply made up. And I would like somebody to show me the proof of that. So I believe that's utter nonsense. So let's move on from that. The shooting at the Georgia High School. The shooter, a 14-year-old male, he shot 2 students as well as 2 teachers. The thing about it, the 14-year-old was interviewed by the FBI along with his father sometime last year. About 2 hours ago, I listened to that tape recording. That tape recording was played on one of the TV stations that I wouldn't name, and they were given access to this tape recording when the FBI was interviewing the father and the son about the son making threats to commit a shooting at a school, which he was going to the previous school before this one. And the father was saying that his son is being bullied in school and that kind of stuff. The FBI said at the time they didn't have enough evidence to proceed further, so they just dropped it. He eventually moved to that school where he was to this school where the shooting occurred. He appeared in court this morning. He's going to be tried as an adult, but we just have to see how that's going to go. His father bought him an AR-15 rifle for his birthday. No, correction. His father bought the AR rifle for him for the Christmas holidays. That's the Christmas holidays 2023. So that's quite amazing. So I guess we just have to follow and see how that case is going to be going. The next thing it concerns the Region 1 cocaine that was found. This article I came across not on the Starbucks News, the KAIETEURNEWS, the Chronicle, Guyana Times. This article came across was on CBS News right here in New York. And they're speaking of it as one of the biggest cocaine finds in Guyana. 8,000 pounds of cocaine found in ore pits. The holes were dug in the ground and then they were covered neatly with wooden planks to disguise. They're quoting the Home Affairs Minister as saying that the worth of it is probably close to 200 million United States dollars. The DEA, they were in the ground in Guyana, and apparently the DEA assisted the authorities in tracking down that find. And there's arguments in the comment section about people saying that the PPP never wanted the DEA or tried to give the DEA a hard time to set up an office in Guyana. So I was wondering how true that was. I went on Google and I saw that the DEA was set up in Guyana in 2016 under the United States ambassador who was there at the time, Perry Holloway. Yes, the DEA office was set up in Guyana in 2016 under the coalition government, which was in power between 2015 to 2020. So that was something I found on Google. The other thing is the amendment to the cyber crimes. The Attorney General Nanalal, to me, and the Vice President VP Jagdio, to me, like they're sending conflicting signals. I listened to Jagdio's press conference yesterday. I also listened to Nanalal on the TV, and to me, it seems a bit conflicting. Nanalal was saying that social influencers are trying to bring down families and create problems within families in Guyana and that kind of stuff, and it's time to put a stop to it. But Jagdio is saying that social media influencers do not have anything to fear. They're going to be going after criminals who try to misuse the internet. So to me, you're getting two contrasting views. It's like they're saying the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. The thing of it is that for the coalition supporters, it was a coalition that introduced under Basil Williams, better known as Basil Dividi in Demboy's article. Under Basil Williams, the coalition introduced that cybercrime. Yes, that cybercrime bill was introduced in Parliament. And there were things like harassment, intimidation, but the controversial clause was the sedition clause. And civil society fought against that. And in 2018, the coalition decided to drop the sedition clause that was in that cyber crimes bill. So Nanalal now wants to update the cybercrime bill. As I said, Jagdio is saying one thing, Nanalal is saying something else. So I don't know if they have discussed it among them or Jagdio is trying to tidy up, because he's saying that people who do probably like myself, who do think we don't have anything to fear and that kind of stuff, they're mostly going after criminal elements. That's what the vice president was saying. So I don't know. I just want to make a quick run through of some of the news in today's papers. I'm just going to run through I'm going to start with the KAIETEURNEWS, today's paper. Let's see what the KAIETEURNEWS has. ExxonMobil not opposed to Guyana installing own meters at the oil pumps. Fire destroys storage barn in Sapphire. Hess shareholders, that's the oil company, their profits have jumped by 14% thanks to Guyana oil production. That's the Prime Minister of Israel. Netanyahu borders proposal threatens Gaza ceasefire talks. Matthews Ridge drug boss highlights need for rigid policing of illegal airstrips, so says the PNCR. Exxon is not using Guyana's oil for its operations, so says Jagdio. That's a bit of the KAIETEURNEWS today. The Chronicle. What does the Chronicle have? GT&T rebrands as One Communications. Wow. So GT&T apparently is rebranding, and that rebranding is going to be called One Communications. Criminals to be target of new Cybercrime Act. Not influencers, social media commentators, ordinary citizens. So says by Jagdio. You see, this is what I was telling you. It's right in the Chronicle. So Jagdio is saying one thing, and another thing that social media people are going after families and so in Guyana. And Jagdio is saying something else. Minister McCoy condemns habitual instigators of deceptive politics and division. Jagdio at his press conference yesterday, after FC's tenure in office, most corrupt in country's history. Jagdio again, opposition's attempt to sidetrack Guyanese will not work, Jagdio says. Venezuelan opposition leader Machado wants the United States to do much more in electoral dispute. And toll-free bridges will lead to significant savings for the ordinary man, so says by Jagdio, the vice president. Starbucks News. Moinali joins Amazon Warriors as a replacement. Judge delays Trump hush money sentencing until after elections. So the president orders immediate intervention after poaching and CXC mats. New Amsterdam market vendors protest hike, install washroom prices. Of course, GT&T now One Communication. So I think I'll bring this an end. And as I said, I'm going to be playing the apology from Guyanese Critic on my page. I think it's only fitting. And I'll be playing one more video. I'll be creating one more video after this one. So in the meantime, you guys could enjoy your Friday afternoon or evenings. This article was taken from the KAIETEURNEWS, September the 4th, 2024. The headline, or the header, Critic, guilty of contempt of court. Ordered to pay a $100,000 fine and to issue a public apology. On Tuesday, Michael Rodriguez, popularly known as the Guyanese Critics, appeared before Justice Priscilla Chandra Hanif in the High Court, where he pleaded guilty to contempt of court. He was ordered to pay $100,000 by September the 9th. Failure to do so will see him being sent to jail for 3 days. He also has to issue a public apology to the court. Rodriguez was cited for contempt in accordance with Section 6 of the Contempt Act after he live-streamed a section of a court hearing via his Facebook page without having the court's permission to do so. This occurred on August the 30th during the defamation hearing for a lawsuit filed against Rodriguez by former Minister of Government Simona Brooms for defamation of character. The court was made aware of his actions when the live stream ended, and he was summoned to make an appearance and provide cause why he should not be held in contempt. The court document states that he must issue an apology on his show and also publish it on his website. Brooms had filed a $450 million libel and defamation lawsuit in February of this year. Brooms is suing Rodriguez over several libelous statements which he made against her on his morning program. the Daybreak News. She has asked the court to award her $450 million in damages. In court documents seen by this newspaper, the former minister lists 14 times that a social media commentator made statements defaming her on the January 24, 2024 program. In a document drafted by attorney Dexter Todd, Brooms noted that Rodriguez accused her of engaging in revolting activities. The lawsuit details that on his January 24th program, which was broadcast on Facebook, Rodriguez made libelous statements against Brooms as part of a lawsuit seeking an injunction that would restrain Rodriguez, his servants, and his agents from further publishing or causing to be published any statement by him that would convey the impression that she was involved. She is also seeking an order to have Rodriguez remove the offending program from all social media platforms, to retract his statements and issue an apology to her. The lawsuit covers several parts of the broadcast and was done by Rodriguez and the many statements he made at various points in relation to Brooms. In her ground to support the claim, Brooms noted that she was a politician, member of parliament. Good.
$100,000, and I have until the 9th of this month to pay that, 7 days to pay that, at which time, if I don't, is 3 days in prison. Right? Just to give you guys the backdrop. Now, I'll do the apology, which is one of the conditions of the penalty. Right? It's fine, an apology. So I'll read the apology and then I'll go into details to help people understand what's going on. So just for you to understand, I am guilty as a result of evidence that I'm shown. I'm guilty as charged. As stated in the header, I'm guilty. I'll deal with the apology, then I'll go into the details and my position. So the judge's decision dated judgment, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages is the judge's decision. So she didn't take this lightly. It's not a willy-nilly thing, right? So for what I have been found guilty of, morning guys, good morning to all of those who tuned in. So what I've been found guilty of, I had to, the conditions were, Mikhail Rodriguez pays a fine of $100,000 on or before the 9th of September. Failure to pay the fine within prescribed 7 days, Mikhail Rodriguez will stand committed to prison for 3 days. Mikhail Rodriguez issue a public apology on his show and publish on his website in the following terms agreed to. This was, I could tell you, I could not have come up with apology in so many words. This is based on advice of my lawyer, and I read it and confirmed that yes, because. So let me read the apology. Let me don't mix up the thing with my commentary, right? Let me deal with the court order first, and then I make this apology to the Honorable Court. With the court's permission, I make it public. I wish to sincerely and unreservedly express sincere apologies to the court for my actions on Friday the 30th of August 2024, whereby I caused the court to hear the court hearing in the matter in which I am involved in Brooms versus Rodriguez to be broadcasted on my Facebook page live broadcast. I accept full responsibility for my actions, and I sincerely apologize for my contempt in the face of the court. I deeply regret my behavior and understand the serious nature of my actions. I acknowledge that my conduct was inappropriate and disruptive to the ongoing court proceedings. I assure the court that this will never This was never my intention, and I am genuinely remorseful for the inconvenience and disrespect caused to the court. I have taken this matter very seriously, and I did not recognize and appreciate the gratitude of my actions, the gravity of my actions at the time, but I have subsequently, and I have accepted the gravity of my actions subsequently, and I am truly sorry. I have reflected on my actions, and I recognize the importance of maintaining the decorum and respect that the court deserves, and appreciate the role the judiciary is in upholding justice. The role of the judiciary in upholding justice and order. I wish to assure the court that I have learned from this experience, and I appreciate very much the extraordinary efforts the court has gone to educate me on principles applicable to broadcasting and reporting in the court's proceeding. I also appreciate the extraordinary length the courts have gone to be fair and open in its handling of this matter. I once again offer my unreserved apologies to the court, the judicial officers, and other parties involved. Thank you. Now,